Hi, and welcome to 369 Apartment Homes training on move-out procedures. Follow me, Dante, the seasoned staff member here at the main office, as I show you how to complete the move-out procedures with accuracy and ease. But first, let me take you back to a time when I first started working here. I recall this one resident named Paul who I was assisting in moving out. He'd submitted his written notice to vacate, but since I was unfamiliar with the move-out procedures, I made a few errors throughout the process. First, I forgot to tell Paul he had a few outstanding charges that had to be paid before he moved out. Paul left my office thinking he had nothing left to pay. He wasn't too happy when he received a surprise bill later on. Then, I forgot to send a move-out letter with instructions for the move-out inspection. When it came time to look at Paul's apartment, there were some damages and items left behind that I now had to charge him for. He really wasn't happy about that. During the inspection, I also forgot to photograph the damages I saw. Paul wrote a bad review for the apartment community and called me out by name in his post. He claimed I charged him for damages that weren't really there. I'm sure plenty of potential future residents saw this post and changed their minds about moving to our community. Now Paul is upset, I feel bad, and we're losing residents without gaining new ones to replace them. In order to stop these issues from happening again, I took the time to learn these helpful move-out procedures, and now I'd like to share them with you. Let's begin with what to do after receiving a move-out notice from a resident like Amber here. After receiving the move-out notice, it is important that everyone on the lease signs the move-out notice form. And don't forget to date stamp the time the notice to vacate was received on the document. Next, it's important to provide a list of damage or cleanup charges that may need to be paid before move-out. Explain these outstanding charges in depth till the resident is left with no questions regarding what they'll have to pay before or after leaving. Lastly, explain that all keys must be returned before the apartment can be considered vacant, and be sure to obtain a forwarding address from them. Completing these steps accurately sets up a smooth move-out process, which everyone can appreciate. Sending the resident a move-out letter is the next important step in ensuring everyone is on the same page. This is basically a formal write-up of most of the things discussed after receiving the notice to vacate. When writing the move-out letter, be sure to explain any balances left to be paid by the resident. Specify what the resident will be required to clean before leaving. Remind the resident that fixtures attached to the wall must be left in place. Provide details for the final move-out inspection, which will take place once all of their belongings are out of the unit. And finally, request forwarding address information if you haven't already received it. The final task that must be completed before a resident is officially moved out is the move-out inspection. This is a walkthrough of the unit that reveals any deductions that should be taken out of the resident's security deposit. Before entering the apartment, make sure you have the move-out checklist. This list will show any damages that may have already been present in the unit before the resident moved in, so we know what not to charge them for. Any new damages you find must be photographed. Be sure to get quality photos, as this photographic evidence will come in handy in case the resident tries to argue about the damages or any charges that come from them. However, be sure not to go overboard when charging deductions. Small scratches or holes should not be charged to the resident. We don't want to charge them ridiculous fees for living in their home the way anyone would. Finally, remember not to remove any items that may have been left behind by the resident. Residents are required to remove any and all personal belongings and may be charged for leaving items behind. If they're not there to retrieve them, it's best to photograph it, but not remove it. After completing these steps, it is a good idea to take the time to get feedback from the resident, either in person or via survey. This is an important component of delivering good customer service and ensuring we receive great reviews. Remembering these essential move-out procedures and completing them accurately will lead to residents who are leaving our community feeling satisfied and recommending our community to potential future residents. Thank you for helping make 369 Apartment Homes the place to be.